This is super embarrassing. It's like 4:30 in the morning and I'm going rucking. I'm so tired I can't even get my head straight right now. Okay, what's rucking? Rucking is it comes from like a military, I don't know if it's an official term. I don't know if there's like official terminology of rucking. But it comes from military lingo. Basically just putting a pack on and hiking for miles. A heavy pack, hiking for miles, became known as rucking, I guess. I just started doing this, I don't know, a couple days ago. Over the last few years, I have not been getting enough exercise. So I'm gonna make a change. And I'm not a huge fan of running. I don't know why. It just doesn't suit me for some reason. Just not a big runner. I really want to be into running, but I just can't seem to get there. So I'm rucking. Just woke up a few minutes ago. Still trying to get my head sorted out here in a hotel. This is extremely embarrassing. Like, I'm just like, I don't even brush my hair. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, so lately I've been finding myself sitting in a truck or sitting in a machine for hours on end. With the work I'm doing now and not as much physically demanding labor, and I'm noticing my fitness creeping away, and it scares me. Like, it really does. It scares me. It bothers me a lot that I can feel it. I can't walk uphill as long without getting winded. I can't do things that I know I used to be able to do, and it's a slight edge, but I feel it. Like, I feel it, and it bothers me, and so gotta make some changes. So as long as I'm continuing to do this work and I'm not doing a lot of super heavy physical labor on a regular basis, I need to start doing something. So when I worked as, I better walk and talk here. When I worked as a therapeutic wilderness guide back before Steph and I got married, I was out backpacking with these kids. It was me and two other guides and a group of kids, and we'd be backpacking, snowshoeing, canoeing, a lot of backpacking, a lot of hiking. Every other week I'd be out for 4 or 5 days doing that, and then also working and doing that stuff aside. But I never felt as physically fit in my life as I did then. So I wanted to make this little video. I'm gonna put these on, and I just listen to something on my phone while I'm rucking. So we're gonna go down to the fitness center, and this is so embarrassing to me, like, for me, because the whole, like, someday maybe I'll be able to do like the whole vlog thing. I'll walk through a mall and be able to talk to a camera, but right now that is so not me. So if there's one person in there, 4:30 in the morning, there shouldn't be, but you never know. All week so far there hasn't been, but somebody could be there, and then it'll be like even more embarrassing. I'm gonna scrap this whole video. When I was hiking and working at that program for kids, I never felt so fit in my life. I could run up a mountain, and there were times I was carrying regularly for depending on the season, 40 to 60 pounds in my pack on a regular basis, and yeah, I just never felt better. So the other day I was thinking, I was like, I take this pack with me every week, and I thought, well, I've already got the backpack with me. I just need to throw some weight in there. I just chuck some books in. I need to get some water bottles. I had water bottles I was using the other day, but I drank them all, so I don't have any more water. But anyway, trying to keep maybe 30 pounds in the pack, and we're gonna go hit the treadmill and do a mile on the treadmill, and we're gonna ruck. Okay, if I put this on YouTube, so embarrassing. Okay, let's just go. There's a way to turn the red light off on this thing. Oh, it's so bad. I just entered the world. Oh, please don't let there be anybody around. This is so embarrassing. I look ridiculous, don't I? There's somebody in the elevator. Okay, good. Just me. Why is it so embarrassing to have a camera in public? It's so weird. It's so weird. All right. Out to the truck. I got my shoes. It really is a very practical way to exercise. I mean, you just put a weighted backpack on and going for a walk. And it doesn't have to be anything serious. I'm only gonna do a mile on a treadmill, but it's something. And all the guys I watch or listen to, I don't know, well, on a regular basis, but anyway, all the people that are like, oh, I work out, I get up at 4 a.m. and I work out for an hour and then I have breakfast with my family, and then, you know, all these super productive dudes always seem to be working out like real early in the morning. So, oh wow, somebody just went out that door, came in that door. That's scary. There could be somebody else around watching. Oh, please don't let anybody be in this fitness center. I don't know why it's so embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed just working out in a place, even if I'm not recording. Sweet. It's just me. All right. So yeah, all these guys are like these super, well, I'll have the tripod open up. All these super like efficient, hardcore, like successful dudes are like, I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I exercise for an hour and then I have breakfast with my family and then, you know, I go back to the gym and I do another hour of workout. And I'm like, what? But supposedly there's some science behind getting out and getting your exercise done nice and early, and also going for a walk after you're done eating in the evening before going to bed. So that's supposed to be beneficial as well. So anyway, backpack's on, and here we go. Go. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna start moving. Yeah, so weird. All right, so this has been my treadmill for the last couple of days while I've been at this hotel. It is really hot. The little thermostat says 68, but it's a lot warmer. So yeah, usually I just put my phone up here, change the angle. I go up to about 7%. And then after I've been doing about a quarter mile, there's literally no, this is just me making this up. So please don't take any of this stuff. This is like the 3rd time in my life I've ever been on a treadmill. So I just been playing with this thing. So I've been down here. So I do 7% grade starting out. I go up to about 2 miles an hour. It's a pretty comfortable pace for me. I might up that a little bit, and then towards, I don't know, a quarter mile or so, I'll bring this up as high as it'll go. It goes to like 15% or something, 15 or 16%. So we'll do that. And then I'll kind of drop it back down. Man, it is roasting hot in here. Get this done, take a shower, get my room packed up, get to the job site, pour some concrete. All right, I'm rocking. Let's see you when I'm done. I open the door and I'm like, crap, somebody else is coming in here.
I was in the bathroom when you came in, but now I was like, man, somebody else is here.
Yeah, I don't. Why is it so embarrassing to be around other people? It's so weird. I'm like doubly embarrassing myself because I'm trying to film something and.
Hey, it was like trying to get a little girl.
No. Oh, good night. So embarrassing.
Whatever.
Even around your own brother is embarrassing.
Uh-huh.
You know, I just. We've talked about it. I'm just in the. We just don't do as much physical hard work. And I was thinking about it. I've got this pack with me all the time. I'm not big into running, but when I worked at Summit Achievement and was backpacking all the time, it was the best shape I was ever in.
Yeah.
So I got like 4 books in this backpack for weight, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go hit the treadmill, I guess. And
I came around the corner, I was like, what's this guy doing? And I was like, geez, backpack. Look at this shoe, I was like, is that Ace? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's Ace.
yeah, I started doing this week. So going back up to northern Maine is gonna put a crux in it because I really feel like doing this through the snow and
Right?
minus 20 in the morning. There's no fitness center at that place. So weird how my legs feel
Yeah.
when the treadmill stops. It's like getting off a ship. You've been
Yeah.
out on the water forever, and you step off the treadmill, and I almost fall over. Oh. All right, guess I'll see ya.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
Let's go through the lobby. Walk around the parking lot for a minute, cool off. There's no one here. Well, this will be a good test of the low light on this thing. We bought this 360 camera to go for our trip out to Montana and Wyoming this summer. Wow, I don't know. It's definitely not below freezing. It's not, I don't think there's no frost now. It's like 40, maybe high 30s. Yeah, definitely need to cool off. If you're not a fan of running and you want to get a little bit more kick out of your work than just going for a walk, I would definitely look into the whole rucking situation. Put some weight on you and go for a walk. That's it. Like I said, when I was backpacking on a regular basis, probably carrying 40 to 60 pounds, depending on the season, I was in like the best physical endurance shape of my life. Probably weight wise too and everything, and felt better. It's funny how you remember these things. You know, that was over 20 years ago, but I still remember how good I felt and how much more endurance I had back then. Well, the other thing was breathing through the nose. So I know there's science to back this up, and you can look all that stuff up. I'm sure you could search for that. There's a ton of research and science. There's a ton of research and science on just mouth breathing in general and for general health, but even for fitness and exercise. You know that yeah, there's a ton of research out there about, and a lot of guys promoting, breathing through the nose, not the mouth, which is interesting to me because I've, since a child, been a huge, I've had a huge interest, been captivated by Native Americans and their culture, and their ability to live off the land. Because when I was a kid growing up, I wanted to just live in the woods. Like that was my dream, my goal, just to live in the woods. And the only people I knew of that were capable of doing that were the Native Americans before they were rounded up, put on reservations, European settlement, the whole bit. But they lived off this land, and that always intrigued me, and I was always captivated by their skills and culture and and way of living. Oh, my alarm's going off for my phone. 5:30. All right, got an hour. Gonna be out the door and on my way. The Apaches, some of the probably hands down best guerrilla fighters ever to exist. They would train their young men, boys even, having them run long distances, 50, 60, 100 miles, and they would put a gourd of water in their mouth and they had to run the entire course. And then when they finished, they would have to approach the elders and spit that water back into the gourd. And if there was any less water in that gourd than when they started, they failed the test. So that taught them a lot. That's some serious self-control there. But besides self-control and everything, it forced them to breathe through their nose the entire time. And now I find that kind of interesting because there's all this research coming out now and people studying how breathing through your nose and not through your mouth is extremely beneficial, changes your face structure, changes the dental profile of your children. Not you doing it, but your children breathing through their mouth, especially sleeping at night and stuff. Anyway, there's all kinds of stuff I've listened to and watched in the last few years about all of that. But I just find it really fascinating that those Apaches had it dialed in hundreds of years ago, training their young men. I just can't imagine running 100 miles through the desert with a mouthful of water. I know there's people that think that stuff's total nonsense and there's no way the human being can do it, but I don't know. I've seen enough stuff in my life. I think if a human being is compelled to do something and nobody tells them that they can't do it, the sky's the limit. It's amazing what our bodies and minds can actually do when we unleash them and take the shackles off of preconceived notions and just go for it. So, do I think that a 12-year-old boy was able to run 100 miles through the desert with a mouthful of water? I don't think everybody did it, but I don't doubt that there was one or two that did. I find that pretty amazing. So, all right, up to the room and shower and get dressed for the day and pack up my room and head to the job site. So that's the plan. All right, I don't know if this video is ever gonna see the light of day because I can't explain to you how embarrassing this is to me. If somebody's standing out front of the door, oh, there's somebody in the hallway. Amazing. What luck. That was a close one. Oh, I am so not a people person sometimes. It's not that I'm... Look at my room. What a freaking disaster. Jeez. You leave me alone for a few days and I destroy the whole place. It's just stuff everywhere. This is my brain. That's what my brain looks like inside. Just stuff everywhere. Chaos. All right, so I gotta get serious now and get ready for the day. Got important stuff to do. I can't mess up this pour. So, all right, till next time, get out there.